everybody, this is Kevin, and welcome back to another anime review. And today I'm going to be sharing my thoughts on the 2009 film, Eureka 7, Good Night, Sleep Tight, Young Lovers. Which, I don't even know how to describe this movie. Is it a retcon? Is it a retelling? Like, what the hell's going on? It is a, I guess, side story in comparison to the original Eureka 7 anime, which I reviewed on the channel some time ago. One of my favorite anime of all time, believe it or not. A 50-episode series from 2005, 2006, somewhere around there. Excellent. A mech series, a romance, a coming-of-age, drama, action. Excellent series. I love this series. That was like my second watch of it. I watched it back in the day and then, rewatched it. Then, sometime after that, I watched Eureka 7 AO Astral Ocean, which is the sequel. Not very good. There's a few cool moments. Seeing older Renton and older Eureka was cool, but the main character, Ao, their son, not really that cool. Some plot points didn't make a whole lot of sense. Time travel shenanigans. And then you have this, which, I just don't know. I don't even know, what to say. I mean, it was cool that the main cast essentially returned, as far as the voice actors go. You have Johnny Young Bosch as Renton, Stephanie Shea as Eureka, you have Crispin Freeman as Holland, you have Kate Higgins as Talho, Megan Hollingshead, who voices Mai Valentine and Rangiku, returns as one of the side characters. Kirk Thornton, Kari Walgren voices Anemone, who voiced Fu in Samurai Champloo. But, it's just rushed. It's like an hour and 55 minutes. The whole point of the original Eureka 7 series was showing the growth of all these characters from Renton, who looked up to Holland, who ended up joining Gecko State, and then, in the first episode, seeing fucking Eureka crash land and falling in love, how beautiful she was. And just going on a journey with them together, saving the world, falling in love. It was a fantastic story. Whereas with this one, it starts with them being best friends as kids. And of all people, Dominic, who is a side character in the original Eureka 7, being their mentor, Professor Dominic. And one of the most important things about the whole relationship between Renton and Eureka was the fact that Eureka was a Corallian. She's a humanoid Corallian, an alien. In this movie, she's a fucking robot created by these new enemies, the Azo, which I don't even know what the fuck they are. I guess they're robots. And that was the whole deal, was the Corallians were these aliens that came from the scub coral. And I'm probably making no sense if you never watched the original Eureka 7, which, who is this movie even for? Is it for people who have never seen Eureka 7 or people who have seen Eureka 7? Because they retcon so much shit. But, yeah, it shows them as kids. I guess that was probably the best part of this movie, just showing, the shipping moments with Renton and Eureka. But it's better than the original anime. I mean, what? Nirvash is also a Corallian who, in the original series, a Corallian who, is turned into the mech. And then as the series goes on, it evolves. You have the Nirvash, and then it goes into type 0, then the Spec 2. Then eventually the final form where it turns into the fucking Corallian and it talks, right? It talks at the very end. Here, it's in its larva state, and it makes it's like a fucking Pokemon. It's making this annoying noise the whole time, oh, and only Renton can understand. So, I don't know. And then with Eureka being a robot, the sunlight burns her, but then they also make reference to the original series, how Eureka is a fucking alien, a Corallian, because of the wings. And they're talking about, the myth about how the boy will find the girl with the wings and then save the world. And then, that's the other thing, too. So, in the original Eureka 7, they're on, an undisclosed planet, similar to Earth, but, maybe 35, 40 episodes in, they Renton, Eureka, Maurice, Mater, and Link go to Earth, right? They go to Earth. Here, they're already on Earth, I guess, because they're South Dakota, So, you have that. And they retcon, Adrock Thurston, Renton's father and mother, as cultists who are doing these crazy experiments. What the fuck is that? And then the most disgusting and asinine retcon is Dewey, who, in the original anime, you have Holland and Dewey Novak, the two brothers who defect, and that's another whole thing that they omit, and, that adds to the main story with Ray and Charles, who are in the military of Holland, and then Holland sees what's going on, and that's when he creates Gecko's State. But and this like sort of makes you think about the original series with Dewey, because with Dewey's ship, it was all kids piloting it. And then they just randomly say, like, oh, Dewey experimented on these kids using this de-aging serum, and they're all under 17, and he did unspeakable things to them. So what the fuck? They just retcon that Dewey's a fucking pedophile now? Which Dewey was an awesome character, and the whole dynamic between him and Holland having their fight at the end, and the epic line was like, oh, the sword's a fake, like at the end of the series when they had their epic fight. Like, what the fuck? They turned him into a pedophile? What is that shit about? So, and they show, like, I have a few screenshots I'm going to share you. This is all over the place. It's a rant. I'm going to title this my rant review because this movie fucking sucked. It really fucking sucked. And I don't even know who to recommend it to because, as a fan, I love this series. This is probably my top 10 favorite anime of all time. This one, it's not good, but, hey, they try. They tried, and there's some cool scenes. Like, Renton, older, is a complete badass in his few scenes. I don't know what the fuck this is all about. Not to mention, there are scenes in here that are from the anime just put there for, like, no fucking reason. It's like, what, do you not have a budget? You gotta take these scenes? Like the one scene with the Corallians invading, attacking the one city, and Renton, and then Holland saving the mother and the little kid, right? There's also a scene later on where it shows Axel, Renton's grandfather, with Maurice, Mater, and Link just walking, and that was at the very end of the series when they're walking, and they acknowledge the moon, the heart-shaped moon that says Renton and Eureka. Why the fuck is that scene even in this movie? It makes no fucking sense. You know, you have the scene of Holland, who's piloting the one mech that like sucks his blood out of his brain. You see like the blood coming out. The scene when Renton's attacking all those LFOs. They show, like, the Vodarak Shrine for no reason. There's no Norb or Sakuya. Like, the whole point of the Vodarak and the Vodarak Shrine is so they can find Norb and Sakuya and figure out what the fuck to do in the main series. So why even say the Vodarak Shrine when it has nothing to do with the fucking story? They're just name-dropping shit to name-drop. Makes no fucking sense. So, yeah. And that was the other thing, too. So, Anemone is also a robot created by the Azo, right? In the original series, Eureka is a Corallian, a humanoid Corallian, and Anemone is one of Dewey and the others' experiments creating like their own Corallian. But here she's a fucking robot, but she's also like this old lady, but then turns back into the younger form. And then Dominic, who dies early on, turns into like a black Nirvash, like a little larva state. Like, it makes no fucking sense. It makes no fucking sense. I didn't know what the hell was going on in this movie. Like, I really don't. I'm watching things. I'm like, you know, I was sort of tipped off about how there's repurposed scenes, but I think I would have noticed that anyway. Like, noticing all the repurposed scenes, kind of looking for them, though, in a certain sense. The random line about Dewey just being a pedo, like, what purpose did that serve? Like, another, like, creepy scene where you have Hap. Like, the whole Gecko State had such cool characters, very endearing. Hap just starts ripping off Eureka's shirt to see she has wings, if it's like the legend. Like, why are you making this guy do this? He was like one of the coolest characters. Now you're turning him into a quasi-pedophile. Like, it's always full of pedophilic propaganda, honestly. Oh my god. And then, yeah, Talho is pregnant, which she was pregnant in the original anime towards the end. And then that's like one of the things that stops Holland from going insane, because the big fight at the end is Holland against Renton, which, like, why are you turning Holland into a bad guy? Holland was such a cool character. He started out as kind of like an anti-hero who was being a douchebag to Renton, but I love Holland, a great character in the original series. All the characters are great in the original Eureka 7. This movie fucked them all up. It fucked everything up. I just don't even know. I don't get it. Then you had the other humans who had the weapon, the Hammer of God, to destroy the Azo, which I don't even know, man, because then Nirvash destroys it, and then you have the Nirvash, the same fucking scene when Nirvash turned into the humanoid form. You have that in the anime. Like, I don't know, man. Fucking bullshit. And then I'm seeing there's 3 other Eureka 7 movies, the High Evolution series, which should I even watch them? I don't even know, because the first one came out in 2017, then like 2019, and then 2021. There's 3 of them. High Evolution. I'm scared to watch them because, like I said, this was excellent. This was so good. I love this series. I might have to just rewatch it to cleanse my palate from this nonsense. This, at least they tried. They tried something. Not very good, but they tried. I don't know what the fuck this was. I don't know what the fuck was going on here. Fucking bullshit. So I'm like banging shit around, I know. I'm just pissed off to watch this because I don't understand. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. I don't even know. So I'm going to show you some of my screenshots now. Because, you know, at least they look nice. I'll show you the one with Dewey, which is not nice. But these are nice. So hold on one sec. We have the cover art, right, which is sweet. Right? Renton and Eureka. And then right there's a little Larva Nirvash. Dominic. And then one of them's Renton and Eureka as little kids. Which, that makes no sense either. It makes no sense. It was a cute moment. I will say, the moments of Renton and Eureka were cute. But if I want to see all that, the relationship built, I'll just watch the regular series. And them being childhood friends makes no sense when they met perfectly fine here. Okay, this was literally like a few minutes of a scene basically saying that fucking Dewey's a pedophile. And these are all the younger, like that's Holland right there. That's Talho. That's Matthew. There's Hap. Like all them, he would experiment on them. Like, what the fuck? And then it makes you question what happened in the original anime with all the young kids on his ship. I don't know why they had to add that. It's very sus. This is early on they saw this flower, and if it grew to be a rainbow, then all good things would happen. This was the end of the movie. And then at the end of the movie, okay, let me try to explain this now. Let me get back on camera, then I'll explain this. So, the end of the movie, right, when they're all about to die, what happens is to stop the Azo and turn everything back to normal, Eureka uses like her wish to turn into a human at the expense of erasing all her memories, right? So she wakes up with long hair, like you see there, not wearing any clothes, of course, and then she's like, can't fucking talk. So, how the fuck does she even know who Renton is? I mean, and that's what they say. They said, oh, she wished it all away. She wished to be a human. How the fuck does that make any goddamn sense? It makes no fucking sense, is what it does. But I mean, it's cute. She wears no clothes, and then Renton gives her his jacket, and you get a little cute kiss. So it's cute. So there's like 5 minutes of cute scenes, but that doesn't make up for how fucking bullshit the movie is, and how they ruined a character like Dewey. They ruined Holland. They ruined the whole fucking story. And why the fuck are there even Corellians running around? They had the scene of the Corellians attacking the city. I thought the Azo, these robots are attacking. What the fuck are these repurposed scenes? So this movie fucking sucked. It fucking sucked. And hold on one sec. I do have something else to show you. I gotta get the tab up and running. Hold on. There's hardly anybody on YouTube who talks about Eureka 7. But I did find this one channel, which I'm subscribed to. I was searching Eureka 7. I was subscribed to this dude, Kaizo War, who does all sorts of content, rambling about video games and anime and stuff like that. He has a whole playlist on the Evangelion series, which I'll have to check out eventually. But he has a whole playlist talking about what a fuck up everything is. And he's also someone who loves the original anime series. I haven't watched the High Evolution because I haven't seen it yet. But he talks here how the original anime series is fucking excellent. But they did all this bullshit like AO and now Goodnight Sweet Tight Young Lovers, which is called Pocketful of Rainbows in Japan. I don't know why they changed the title of that, but I watched this. He's exactly right. I'm not going to go that long, but and review and ramble. So I don't know. I think just based on this, those movies suck too. And from what people say and what he said in those videos is like each movie is its own universe, which makes no sense because like if I've seen the original anime, I don't understand this. How the fuck is someone who's never seen the anime going to understand what the fuck is happening here? Nothing makes sense. But I will say, watch the original Eureka 7. The original Eureka 7 is great. Everything else sucks. So, I don't know. This was my rant video. I just saw this, and I hated it. I fucking hated it. I'm so confused, and I just had to vent my frustration. So, thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you thought in the comments down below. If you have seen the High Evolution movies, and you think I should check them out, or you want me to just check them out and rant about it, I guess let me know, and I'll be a masochist and buy and watch them, I suppose. But that's all I got for this video. Thank you guys. Have a great day. We'll talk to you later.